a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Welcome back to Tobago Updates, where we are celebrating International Women's Week, just on the heels of International Women's Day yesterday. As we continue to celebrate and spotlight entrepreneurs and leaders who are in the field of male-dominated positions, we are pleased to have with us a phenomenal young lady who holds a magnificent position. And I say position and stress on it because, anybody could have a title, right? But at the end of the day, this woman is positioned as a leader who will bring about dynamic change in the field that she's at. So I would like to introduce the marvelous Marissa Morris, who has been a civil engineer for more than 10 years in the construction industry. And she's also the managing director of SAS, Sustainable Advanced Solution and Services Limited. Welcome, Marissa.
Hi, good morning, and thanks for having me.
Yes, you're very welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here on
Yes.
Tobago Updates. Now, Marissa, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came into the profession of civil engineering.
Hi, good morning to all viewers. I would describe myself as a outgoing individual who love nature, who love adventures. I love building, art. I would have got into civil engineering because of my love for buildings, especially old aged buildings within the island. So I always wanted to find out how to develop, like have an empty piece of property and see this through to the complete structure, creating it. And I was always a problem solver. Growing up, I was always fixing something. If I have like a pen, I would break it apart and try to put it back together and see if it works.
Right.
So I guess there from always trying to solve a issue or problem that led me into civil engineering.
Nice, beautiful, lovely. Now, in keeping with alignment with our topic, DigitAll, innovation and technology for gender equality, did you participate in any STEM-based programs in school, in high school?
In high school, at that time in high school, no, we didn't have a lot of any STEM-based being pushed at the time. We just had the basics, say, physics and, well, your TD, technical drawing. I think now they have advanced and they're doing CAD in high school as well. But I had a lot of STEM-based projects in university, in engineering school.
Perfect. All right. And during that time of school to now, have you noticed the growing interest of women in the engineering field? And were there any challenges that you experienced?
I would say I've seen some growth, but it's not as much as I would like to see. There were times that I may have been the only girl or few of, so in a class of, let's say, 10, they may have 2 females. So the challenges that I may have experienced entering into the workforce, a lot of employees didn't think that as a female I am capable of doing certain things that men could do because this is a male-dominated environment. So it's like I had to work harder to prove myself and prove that I am valuable to this organization. But I hope that for 2023 and going forward that we can have a lot more female entering the engineering sector, especially civil engineering. We have female engineering, but we would more find them in chemical engineering and less engineering disciplines because civil, it requires you to go out into the field, construction, and engage men, because there will have been times where I've worked on project where I'm the only female on the project. So it has been a bit challenging in terms of dealing with what I would say ego during the day. So I'll have to prepare my mind to deal with ego of men. And they don't think that I don't understand the construction industry. I'm new to the construction industry. So that has been my challenge thus far. Yes.
And we have to stand up as women and
I
really push
agree. Yes,
ourselves
yes.
out
And
there.
support one another.
Of course.
Yes.
Marissa, the best way to predict the future is to create it. And that is a quote by the godfather of innovation,
Yes,
Peter
yes.
Drucker. So we have to really get that message out there and put aside ego. Yes. Men have to put aside ego.
It could be a simple conversation, communicate. I had times where in projects I would have a simple conversation, and it's not, they don't understand or they don't do it, and then I'll have to go, what people nowadays say, go into my masculine energy and be that boss and talk to them. So I think we should understand that, yes, it's a male-dominated field, but women are slowly entering this field, and we should be accommodated as well.
Yes, woman is boss, right?
The future is woman.
Of course. So, Marissa, let's dive into equality and equity. Now, equality is where people are given the same resources.
Yes.
But equity, on the other hand, is given resources that actually meet their needs. Now, share with us how you are embracing equity with regards to women in engineering, who you may work alongside, and the mentor-mentee relationship. Is there an opportunity for you to be that mentor to others?
Yes. In terms of equity, I try to be like people-oriented, especially with women, to let them know that, yes, this is engineering. Like I try to be real with them. This is what you're going to experience, but don't let it deter you. We are all people, right? So we have male and we have female, but we are all people. So we should be given chance to prove ourselves and say, okay, you are not better than. We are on the same level. So I think that I have meet out to various women in high school who are thinking about doing engineering, but they had some doubts, and they see me in engineering, and a lot have asked me, like, what do I love about engineering?
Right.
And I always say, do something that you're passionate about. Yes, we want the same pay as men, but don't let the pay be your driving force.
Right.
Yes.
Let the passion be a driving force.
Yes.
And
so to prove to them in the workplace that, yes, I am passionate about what I have. I can meet my deliverables. I could conquer my goals. I could push this organization forward to prove that, yes, this is why I would try to hire another female, because this was the experience I got with this female within the company. Not that, okay, I deserve to be paid like men, but you're not bringing as much as value as men as well. Yes.
Yes. Trinidad and Tobago, this is a powerful young lady we are looking at today. Yes, leadership is not on sale and greatness is not on discount.
Yes.
Yes. So, with regard to the theme for this year's Women's International Day, Embracing Equity, how can civil engineers, or what can civil engineers do to improve and empower the lives of girls and young women out here?
We civil engineers could continue being mentors, continue to go into the school environment, even as young as primary school, because a lot of persons don't understand what civil engineers do. So they think that we build roads.
Right.
And civil engineer is a wide umbrella, because under civil engineering, you could get structural engineer, transport engineering, because we deal with roads, bridges, buildings, dams. So there are various disciplines under civil engineering. So we can go into the field and mentor the young ones as far as primary school, because sometimes they have an idea of what they want to be because they have a model around them. so we could continue coaching them and guide them and let them know, okay, this is what is required to get into the field, and you should be brave to enter it. So I think we should continue doing a lot of mentorship. I hope, or we could see in the future, we could have a lot of STEM projects and activity that students are getting involved in as well.
Yes, Marissa, I agree with that, because you see the real life models, like yourself, like myself, like everyone that we know who are leaders, that women leaders, we need to really go out there and be real life role models for other young girls and women.
Because
it's so important,
because there are simple activities, like you could use rubber bands or like toilet paper roll to create bridges, or you could use macaroni and create bridge, and add load to see whether it's fail, and understand, because sometimes I was having a conversation with a colleague regarding the earthquake that happened in Turkey. And they were asking me about the structures and why so many buildings fail and these different things. So trying to explain it, where if I say there's force in the Y direction, and they may not understand. But when you have like a model and allow the students to, demonstrate and move the structure within various directions, they are better to understand, because a lot of students aren't verbal learners, but they are visual learners. So I think that doing both could help and push young ones into the field a bit more, especially women. So I hope that we can change this and have more girls and young women entering engineering.
Yes. Now, Marissa, one thing that I push in my leadership academy is women in leadership.
Yes.
And we want women to go out there and think. We don't, when we say think, I mean, people say think outside the box. And in my world, and I believe in your world too, there are no boxes, yes? There are no boxes. So we have to think as women, because we are on purpose, for a purpose, and with a purpose. So we have to really step out there and be role models for younger girls and women out there.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, we have it, Marissa Morris, and I want to leave you with a quote from John Maxwell. Good leaders have followers. The best leaders are ones who develop and duplicate other leaders. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.